Over a year ago, around July, I started a little job, firework job, and I sold fireworks with my friend. We did this from the end of June till the beginning of July, just selling the fireworks with this company. And at the end of it, I made some money. And my first thought with this was, what do I do with this money in order to make more money instead of just spending this or putting it somewhere and, not doing anything with it? So I found some ideas, and my thought was to buy a camera. So I'll use this money. I go ahead, put it towards this camera, and from then on, I started finding people in my city that did photography and videography and all of that. I started finding these people, and I started connecting with them. So during my beginning stages, I started, how do I say it? I was doing work with my football team. I'll follow them around away games, home games, just doing work with them and posting it to my Instagram, Fail Without Worry. And I would do this every week. And it led to the point where people started knowing me, and I got called out to a few games other than my home school. And I was also playing basketball, so then I had to go to basketball season. And after that, and I'm a senior in high school, by the way, so now it's time to figure out where I'm going to go to college. My plan was to go to OU, but I found out that if you work with their media team, then you can't do high school work. And my first thought was that then, because I know I'm going to go somewhere with this, but at the same time, it's like I need to bet on myself. So I'm deciding on going to community college, doing courses online while doing this camera work on the side. And truly, yeah, I think betting on myself is the best decision I've made. But I'm going to document the whole journey and see where I'm able to go with this, because truly, we only live once, and I don't think I want to throw away my experience to go and just work, just work corporate, do the traditional systems and all that, because truly, when I was a kid, I think back to when I was a kid a lot. I would dream of doing things, doing big things, whether that was, go to the NBA or go meet superstars or, stuff like that. Like, I always dreamed of doing things like that. And now that I've grown up, my responsibility that I put on myself is to make sure those things happen and at least try. Don't just go, grow up, get older and be like, I could have done this, or just be like, this will never happen. But you'll never know unless you try. And that's the thing that's going to keep me going throughout this process. But I'll for sure just keep documenting everything that happens. For example, recently I got to do some videos for an NBA player who was in the city, and including got to work with this content creator recently as well, who's has over 100K followers on Instagram. So, I feel like things are happening slowly but surely. It's only been a year, but things are definitely looking up, and I'm going to continue to pursue this thing. But yeah, thank you for watching and listening to this story.